What has been kind of the element that surprised you the most since you've taken over the club, which perhaps you weren't aware of when you were a fan or when you were in the run up to the trust taking over?
Um, I mean, the match day experience. I mean, I really had I had no idea. Sort of what a wide range of things, volunteers and the staff are doing on a match day. I mean, it's been absolutely overwhelming. And if I'm honest, if I wasn't a director, I don't think I'd get access to it. But it's been fantastic. We got Steve Horton and the guys. Just give them a wave.
Steve's pointing the camera right at our faces at the moment, so we're live both on radio and on the TV. So
and they go down and interview players and interview the staff and the stuff on XR's player. The access to players, the access to the managers. We've looked at a lot of hospitality and that the match day experience, as I say, and there's a lot more going on than I imagined.
And today we welcome our first junior chairman for the day. I've seen him early. He looks like he's having a great time. We've been with him in the chairman's box. Has he been enjoying the experience?
He's been having a blast. And it's fantastic. I think it's a fantastic thing, for us to do, because we're moving towards the community club ethos, which is what's integral to what it is we're trying to do, and to give a youngster an opportunity to come in and shadow the chairman for the day is absolutely fantastic. And he's like a bottle of pop. I mean, he came in about 11 o'clock this morning, and he's been he's come in, he's watched the guys warm up. He's going to be seeing the players. He's been up in hospitality with us.
Sampled the whole experience of a match day.
He's met the guests. He's met the away directors. He sat down. He sat down with myself and Gavin and Tony today, and just think it's a wonderful thing, for us to do.
And it's important to obviously reach out to younger fans. We've appealed to the community are heavily involved in soccer tots and even walking football for the older. But it's key that we kind of focus on the younger fans, because they are the next generation of football fans.
James, I can't stress how important enough it is, because my first Newport County game, I was 7 and I was given a ticket. I was at Easwell Primary and I was given a free ticket, and my dad took me over to Somerton Park, and I was absolutely hooked. And as soon as when I got my first job when I was 18 and I had money to go follow the county, that was it. I was home and away, and I definitely got the bug. They were definitely the first team that I went to see, and that was it. I was sold. And we need to try and give that same experience to as many youngsters as we possibly can.
Over the past few months, we've visited and hosted other clubs that are run by supporters. How good is that experience? Could kind of bounce ideas off each other clubs who've kind of in the same situation as ourselves now.
It's invaluable. I mean, not just because it's free advice, because that's fantastic.
That does help.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, we actually, when we were going through due diligence, I had the chairman of Wickham get in touch with me and said, look, if you need anything, get in touch. Wimbledon came down in December, and they were brilliant. They gave us a lot of advice, particularly around the sort of balance of skills that you need on a supporters elected board. Exeter have spoken to us about a lot of things, and it's been invaluable. I'm glad that that others have gone through this journey first. We've had great support.
And looking back over the last few months, what's been a highlight for you? What stands out?
I think because, I mean, we've all been involved in different things. In a way, we've kind of gone off in different directions. But for me, it's been the community share situation where we've had 850 plus people and companies buy shares. And it's been my responsibility to get out and get in touch with those people and connect with those people, and to go and see, the various ages, the various stories these people have, the various places they've come from. Bermuda, Canada, South Africa, Australia, Sweden. I was in touch with a guy the other day.
Worldwide.
Yeah, and it's absolutely blown me away. But to have the contact with these people, to almost be the face of the board for them, that's been a privilege for me.
And looking now on the pitch, Warren's obviously come in, he's steadied the ship, he's doing a good job. What do you hope the team can achieve between now and the end of the season? I know survival's key, but I think...
Yeah, do you know, Warren, that's not enough for Warren.
Yeah, you can't...
Which is great, because as a board, that's exactly what we want to hear from him. And, you know, we've supported Warren in any way we can, and we continue to support him. We've taken Dean Morgan this week.
Yeah.
And... yeah, we've said to him, you know, thankfully, because we've had a windfall, we've said to him, look, if you think there's a player out there that will definitely get us over the line, or even push us towards mid-table, that we will absolutely support him in that.
Yeah, because it's been a busy January transfer window. Are you happy and impressed with the players he's managed to bring in? Yeah,
I think, as I say, you know, within reason, he's had everything he wanted. And the thing is that as a board, the way we see it is, you know, you don't bring a manager in and then try and involve yourself in those decisions, because else why don't you appoint yourself?
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, we are largely guided by Warren, and we're happy to be guided by Warren because we've made the decision to appoint him and are willing to support him in any way we can.
Now, just jumping obviously to off-the-field matters, what is the kind of the goal or the main thing you want to achieve between yourselves as directors between now and the end of the season? Is there a particular goal you've got in mind, or something you'd like to achieve? Or
I think from our perspective, I think elections are important. I think that there are 5 of us on the board at the moment, and there's a lot to do between the 5 of us. So, you know, we'd like the board to be supplemented, you know, obviously by the right people. And then, you know, to really, we started the planning process now for next season. So, you know, it's a lot about supporting Warren and trying to get him the squad of players, of his players that he wants. And then, you know, to go into next season, you know, certainly being in a more relaxed position than we have been this season. Yeah. Absolutely.
So obviously planning for the future is key.
Stability is massive, and it's probably the main factor behind the decision to appoint Warren was to give the stability to the players, because they've seen a lot, you know, they've heard a lot of different voices over the last 12 months. But what we really see in Warren is that stability, that they will have that one voice, you know, for the medium to long term.
And this week we put the message out to trust members that they could vote on the kit design for next season, which we saw a big uptake. It must be pleasing now you can involve fans in some of the decision-making process that goes on within the club. I
think it's fantastic, James, because ultimately it's the fans that, you know, we want to buy the kit, and if they don't like it, how will we, you know, we're relying on their goodwill to buy it. So it's a win-win, because what you do is you involve the supporters in the decisions, you know, of the football club, and give them a better connection to it. But the other thing is that they also have a product that they like and want to wear, rather than feel obliged to wear.
And you were telling me before kick-off that you were a big fan of the white away kit. It's traditional. It goes back to the 90s, and you know, I think it's quite distinctive. It's quite a smart kit with the collars, I think.
I as a board, we you know, we sort of remember back to the 90s where we had a lot of white away kits back in the 90s, and we wanted to go back to that. Again, it's another thing about connecting with the fans.
And lastly, thoughts on the second half? Do you think County can? I think one goal's going to be enough to win it today.
It could be a 1-0, James. It really could. And but we've had chances, you know, and I think there will be more chances for us to win this. 3 points would be, you know, massive, especially the fact that we didn't have a game last week, and thankfully York and Dagenham are not taking advantage of the fact that,
that
we've not had fixtures. But you know, I mean, yes, we have a 7-point gap at the moment, but to win this, to take that to 10, and then the other teams kick off at 3 o'clock, that'll be a big advantage.
Well, cheers, thank you very much for your time today, Simon. And John Tim will be back online for the second half commentary within the next 5 minutes.
Thank you very much indeed then. I hope you all were listening to that. Thank you very much to James Hale, and of course to Club Director Simon Sadler, who we welcome now once again back to Newport County Play. It was iRadio then. Of course, it was Newport City Radio then, when and it was Wimbledon away, wasn't it? I believe
it was Wimbledon away, Tim. And I remember one piece of advice you gave me,
which was?
Which was to shorten my answers.
Did I really?
You did. I was taking too long. So I remember the advice, and I will heed it this afternoon.
Well, I think it's you learn these things, I suppose, over a long period of time. But I'm just trying to remember the result. I got a feeling we lost 3-0, didn't we?
I think it was a 3-0 or a 3-1 defeat.
I know we've never actually won at Wimbledon when I've been commentating. I know we drew there 2-2 once when Craig Reed scored both our goals there, but it's not the best of grounds for us. And of course, we go there for the last game of the season. But I mean, obviously, I didn't hear any of the content of that, and I will, like so many, look at that later on. And but obviously, I hope you all enjoyed that, listening wherever you are, because you are listening to Newport County Play. It's 0-0. Let's talk about the game now, shall we? Chance really for Scott Bowden in the first half, which he should really have taken. The visitors have set out their stall. They've come. They've really played a lot of football in their own half. They've covered, sort of 11-man defence many occasions in the first half. We've just got to have that little bit of magic to open them up.
I think Scott Bowden is the guy who you would have wanted that chance to fall to.
Absolutely.
When he went in, I was optimistic. But, if he finished them all, Tim, he'd be in the Premier League, Oh,
it's absolutely right. I did say that the conditions may have been a little bit contributing to why he actually missed that chance, but it was a glorious ball played through from Wilkinson. The touch was depth. It was beautiful touch straight through to him. He ran in. He did everything right. The keeper did everything right. It just was really planting it into the net. And it's a game which I think, whoever gets the goal, shall we say, will probably go on to win the game. I hope it's us, of course. But it's a game which we don't want to lose, isn't it?
No, I agree. As I say, what we don't want is to give the incentive to those sides below us when they go out at 3 o'clock to say, actually, Newport have lost, and to give them that extra rush of adrenaline to go and get something themselves.
Absolutely. I've been impressed with quite a few of the performances